if you are new to this game, let me help you. Today I will show you how the combat works, how does the ecosystem work, how does the summoning system work, and so much more than that. Here are the timestamps for everything, but if you are new, I would recommend to just watch it all the way through. So without wasting your time, let's begin with the most simple thing: how to level up your character and how to level up your weapon. So if you go to character menu and you click ascend, this is where you can level up your character. All that you need is to use these materials that I will show you here in a second where to get them. You just add them, click level up, and that's it. And then once you level up enough, you're gonna need to ascend, and to ascend, all you have to do is collect some of the materials. Again, I will show you how. And to level up your weapon, all you have to do is either put other weapons or weapon materials. You level up, and that's it. Now, where to get the materials? So if you go right here, this is where you can get these things. These are for your character XP, the resonance potions, and these are for your weapon XP. Talk to this guy, enter the simulations, just do the challenges, they're super duper easy and you'll get the materials. Alright, now let's work on the combat. So these are the type of abilities you have. You have your ultimate on R, you have your echo skill on Q, which I will explain a little bit more about echoes later in the video. Then you have your E, which is just like a basic skill, you know, a little bit better than the basic attack. On T, you have your grapple or whatever else that you put there. Middle mouse is just a lock-on the target. Now if we go a little bit to the left, here we have our bar. When the bar fills out, you can use a special ability. To use that ability, here on the right side, it will show you what you need to press to use it. Usually that's gonna be something like a hold your first mouse button, or maybe jump and press the mouse button. Every character is a little bit different. And then on the left side is your intro and outro bar. So the way the intro and outro works, whenever your character is ready to be switched, whenever this bar is full, if you switch to the next character, that character will have an intro skill. Now these skills are unique to each and every character, so what kind of intro and outro skills your characters have, you'll just have to read that. You can go here, you can go to the skills, and there we go, that's your intro skill. You also can dodge in this game. If enemy attacks you, all you need to do is just click shift and you will dodge. Let's find an enemy and explain a little bit more. There we go, that looks like a good enemy, he's alone, he's gonna be easier to explain. So obviously if I use my basic attacks, that's basic attack, right? If this guy tries to attack me and I press shift, as you can see I dodge. Now how to use your bar here down, right? Well, every character, as you can see, she has a different kind of bar, and she has a different kind of bar, and he has a different kind of bar. They're unique, but in my case, for this character at least, all I have to do is just hold my first mouse button and then he does the special attack, right? Pretty simple. To charge the bar, all I have to do is use my E. For other characters, it may be different. You just have to test it out, maybe watch a guide on specific character, and as you can see, my intro bar is ready. And as you can see on the right side, my character is already screaming, hey, we're ready, let's do the intro and outro skill, right? So, for example, if I attack this guy, right, and then switch to another one, as you can see, she done an intro skill, and the previous guy has done an outro skill. And again, the same thing, there we go, you see? Same thing with this lady as well, pretty simple, pretty easy. Your Q is your echo ability, so you can transform in one of the echoes that you caught. Your R is obviously your ultimate, right, that's the most powerful ability you'll have. But every character has different kinds of abilities. For example, this lady, she sacrifices her HP for attack, right? And then once I fill out at least half a bar, I can release my skill, and she will actually heal back quite a lot. So she trades HP for attack, and every character will have different kinds of special abilities. But yeah, that's basically how the combat system works. Let's also quickly jump here into the character menu and let's quickly go through everything that the game has to offer. So starting off with the first menu, here there's nothing much, there you can only ascend and you may need specific materials. To get these materials, all you have to do is click on them and it will show you, okay, these monsters drop, detect, and there we go, it shows me where to go to find them. And same with these things, this is gonna be a boss that I need to kill. As far as the flowers goes, you can look for them in the wild, or you can go here into the shop and buy them. Later on in the video I will show you all of these and what they do. And by the way, click subscribe if I am helpful to you. The second one is just a weapon upgrade, right? Pretty simple, it's really the same thing, you know, if you don't know where to find them, click on them, detect, whatever. Third one's gonna be echoes, that's your artifacts if you played Genshin. We're gonna come back to them here in a second because they're gonna need a little bit more explanation. The fourth one is your skills, so here you can level up your skills. Again, you're gonna need materials, you're gonna need to upgrade your characters to be able to do that. Pretty self-explanatory, nothing much, you know, to tell you. If you're wondering, well, which skills should I level up first? Every character will have different abilities, and those abilities are gonna require a different set of priorities of which skills should you go for first. So just again, Google your character, that's gonna be easiest to know which skills should you level up first. The fifth one is copies. For example, if you get another copy of this guy, you can unlock this ability. If you get yet another, then this, and so on. For example, if we look at this lady, I have all 6 constellations, so I have every single one of these extra abilities and damages ready for me. And for example, this last one gives 20% attack to all party members, right? Pretty crazy, pretty good. So obviously you kind of want them, but for 4 stars it's not too bad to get them, although it's still not easy. But for a 5 star you'll be lucky to have 1 or 2, unless you have your mom's credit card. I'm sure then you're gonna be just fine. Right, so you might say, okay, well, now I know how to level up, now I know how to battle enemies. How do I get characters, right? How does the wishing system work in this game? Well, let's go over it. So if we go to wishes, we have a couple different options. So the first one would be your standard banner. This banner never changes. Right now there is a promotion, and I'm not entirely sure if it's gonna stay forever or is this just for a one character, but you can choose which one of these you want, right? So once you hit 80, you're gonna get this lady right here, 100%. If you're lucky, you might get it from the, you know, wish number 1. It entirely depends on your luck. Now, my recommendation would be to go either for this guy or this lady. This is the best DPS in the game aside from the main event character, and this is the best healer and support in the game, second to none. She is the best. She's not so great, he's garbage, he's super fun, but he's garbage, don't go for him. And she's alright DPS as well. I would also go for her if you already have these 2, which I do, and that's why I'm going for her. To summon here you need these, which are the standard wishes called Lustrous Tide. You're gonna get these from questing, there's even a shop that I'm gonna show you later on, there's various other ways of getting them from battle pass and so on and so forth. There's plenty of ways to get them. The second one is your event banner. That means this guy will only stay for about 3 weeks. Right now we only have 8 days left. After 8 days, he's no longer gonna be available, and who knows, maybe he's gonna be available in half a year, maybe in a year, or maybe even later than that. Nobody really knows, right? So if you want this guy, you need to get him in a certain amount of time. Now, unlike the previous banner, which was this one, first of all, you need different kind of wishes called Radiant Tide. These are much harder to get. I will show you where to buy them. But just like in the previous one, you also need 80 pulls to get a 5 star, which is this guy. But unlike the previous, it's not guaranteed. There's still a 50% chance that you're gonna lose him, and if you do, you're gonna get one of these guys from the standard banner. And I did lost, right? I pulled 80 wishes, I lost, and I got this guy. And that's why I have him, and that's why I'm now trying to pull her. Otherwise, if I wouldn't lost and I would have got the general, I would have went for him. Of course, you don't have to pull for 80 times, maybe you're gonna get lucky and get it in the first 10, but it's not a guarantee. This is an event banner for weapon. That means it will always be the best weapon for the event character. Unlike this banner, this one is a guarantee. If you pull 80 times, you're gonna get it, 100%. There is no 50-50 on this one. This one's a guarantee. This one is exactly the same as this one, however, the only difference is you don't know which one of these you're gonna get. It's just a random drop at 80 pulls. And this one is exactly the same as this, but for weapons, right? You can choose which weapon you want, and then at 80 pulls, you're gonna get it. Right, so how do I get these, and how do I get these? Well, if you go to the shop, there are a couple of ways to get them. First things first, these corals that you're gonna spend here, You can only receive them when you wish, there's no other ways of getting them. Same with these, but there's some difference. Now with these you can actually even buy copies of characters, which is great, right? Which ideally that's what you should use them for, but let's say you want this guy and there's only a few days left, right? What do? You run out of Astrite, you can no longer buy these with Astrite, but you have plenty of these and you don't know whether you should hold them or use them on these. If you know you're gonna get the character, I would recommend just to go for it, because who knows when this character is gonna come back. It's a promotion, he's not always gonna be there. Don't be afraid to use on these, but ideally you would use them on copies. The priority would be a copy, this, then this, never ever this. And obviously don't buy the 4 stars or this either. Now with these you're gonna need to use these, and every month you're gonna get all 3 of them at a huge discount that you're gonna be able to buy with these. But just like these, you can only get them by wishing, so it's best to save them, and there's nothing really here that you cannot get on your own, so unless you really desperately need, just avoid buying them. You don't need to buy credits, you can easily get the rings, you can easily get these. These are easy to get as well. The only one that's kind of made sense is the Echo one, but yeah, I don't know, just avoid if possible. As far as buying with Astrite, never ever buy this. You will regret it and you will ruin your account. Buy this if you need it, but always this is the preferable option. Always buy these. These are the best, because with these you can wish for this guy, which is the event banner. These guys will always be here, and there are easier ways of getting these. And so there we go, that's the wishing system. And by the way, if you lose your 50-50, your pity and your history of how many pulls, it will travel to the next banner even if you don't make it in time. So that's great. Right, now let's go back to echoes. Your echoes are located here. So the way echoes work, for example, this guy is an Electro character, right? So that means I need an Electro set. So I go here, I press Void Thunder, and as you can see, these are all the echoes that I caught that are Electro set. As you can see, this gives 10% at 2 pieces and then even more at 5 pieces. So depending on what kind of character you need, you're gonna need a different kind of set. Now you may ask me, what is the cost? Well, as you can see, I have 12 out of 12. And if you look, I have a 4, a 3, a 3, a 1, a 1. A total of 12, right? Now, a crucial thing to understand that a purple echo is a 4-star, a yellow echo is a 5-star, a blue one is a 3-star, and a green one is a 2-star. And you might think, okay, well, a purple echo is a 4 cost, right? No, they have nothing in common. If you look at this is a purple echo, and it's a 4 cost. But this is also a purple echo, and it's a 1 cost. A cost and a star level have nothing in common. So when you will begin the game, you will have a cost of 8, then a cost of 10, and eventually a cost of 12. So whenever you have a cost of 10, you will probably want to go like 4, 3, 1, 1, 1, and then once you hit cost 12, you're gonna want to go like 4, 3, 3, 1, 1. That seems to be the most optimal way of doing things. You always want to max out your costs because that's gonna be the best. To level up echoes, all you have to do is just click upgrade, use the materials that you need, level up the echo. Once you do that, you're gonna be able to tune them. All you have to do is just click here, use these, click tune, and you will unlock a little bit more stats. Pretty simple, right? Nothing too crazy. Now you may wonder, well, where do I get echoes? Let me show you. If you go to the data bank right here, first things first, if we are at level 0, we can only get a 2-star echo, and our cost limit is only 8. At level 2, our cost is 10. At level 5, we can catch a 3-star. At level 9, we can catch a 4-star, and our cost is now 12. And at level 15, we're gonna be able to catch a 5-star. So obviously you wanna get to level 15 as soon as possible, but it's gonna take some time. To find echoes, you go to the set that you need. For example, you go here, and let's say you wanna catch this guy, right? You press detect, and there we go, it shows you where to go. So you just go to the closest possible location, and there we go, I found the guy. Now all you have to do is just defeat him. He didn't drop an echo, unfortunately. Let's try again. The game will automatically show you where is the next one, so just follow it. And that's how you farm echoes, by the way. That's probably the best way of doing it. There are other ways of getting echoes, I will show you here in a second. By the way, you can run up the walls if you didn't know. All you have to do is just press shift. There we go, there's another one. Again, unlucky. Third time's the charm. Alright, I'm getting really unlucky. These guys are fighting here. Alright, I got a couple of echoes. So once you drop an echo, it's gonna look something like this. All you have to do is just press F and it's gonna catch it, right? Kind of a little bit like Pokemon. There we go, we just got 3 echoes. And there we go, this is one of the ones that I just got. You can also get some echoes by merging the ones that you don't need. If you go to the guidebook right here, and if you go to task field, you can get some echoes here as well. So there's ways of getting them. But usually you just find them, you click detect, and then you just go around farming them. As you can see, now it shows me to go here. That is pretty much the fastest way of doing it. And once you get enough echoes, you will need to figure out what kind of set do you need and which echo do you use for your ability. So the way it works, the first echo right here in the first slot will give you his ability. If you look right now, it says transform into Thundering Memphis. But if I put this bird up here, it will say transform into Violet Featherette Heron. Whichever echo is in the first slot is gonna be your skill. Usually you wanna have the 4-cost one, right? That's probably gonna be the best one. So every character will have different kinds of set that they need. Again, just Google your characters. So to fight some of the bosses and challenges and asset fields and so on, you're gonna need to use the energy. Energy replenishes pretty much once a day completely, so don't be afraid to use it, but it's not cheap. You may only get to do like 4 or 5 runs, right? As you can see, this boss will take 60. As time goes by, you will start acquiring these things. These things can replenish the energy. As you can see, one of these will give you 60 Waveplates. Don't use them. Save them at least until databank 15 once you can find the highest rarity echoes. As you can see, I'm level 31 and I only have 30 of them. And just yesterday the game gave me 20 as a compensation, so if not that, I would only have 10 of them. So as you can imagine, they are not easy to come by. These you can find just by opening chests and doing other kinds of stuff, just playing the game. And these you can spend them in the shop to buy wishes and other stuff. I will show you later in the video. Now let's talk about some of the main content of this game. That would be this, the Depths of Elusive. All you have to do is just go through the door. If you press challenge, you will be able to do challenges at different levels. Once you complete them, you're gonna get some rewards. In these challenges, you can only use a certain type of characters. The game will provide you with one of them if you don't have any. And it's pretty simple. You're gonna try it, you're gonna see it. You just go through like some couple of stages, clear them. It's not that difficult. And then you can spend these reward points in this shop. Obviously, first and foremost, you wanna buy all of these. After that, I would say probably this and this. And obviously these and these echoes as well. But first of all, just buy all of these. The second one's gonna be the Tower of Adversity. That's the main end game of this game. That is exactly the same as Spiral Abyss in Genshin, with tiny differences. All you have to do is just go into the challenge, start challenge, you put your team together. For example, I would go something like this, right? That would be my main DPS, my sub DPS, and my healer. And every team's gonna be the same. You always need a DPS, sub DPS, and a healer. Who is a DPS, who is a sub DPS, and who is a healer? Just Google your characters. I don't know what you have, I cannot tell you. And once you do these challenges, you will use energy. Once these characters run out of energy, they can no longer do the challenges until the reset. So that means you're gonna need multiple characters to do all of the challenges. So having many DPSs, many healers, and many sub DPSs is always a good thing. And that's gonna be the main end game of this game. Same as in Genshin Impact. Now let's quickly go through questing. So obviously you wanna do the main quests first. I no longer have them because I finished them. After that you wanna do the exploration quests. These are pretty fun, they take you all around the game, they give good rewards, a lot of chests. Some of them even change the map, so they're almost like the main quests as well, but like without any voicing. But they're pretty cool, I like them, do them. Once you no longer have them, do the side quests. Obviously, do your dailies, this will give you by far the most experience compared to anything at all. They will also give you plenty of rewards like astrite, shells, XP, you know, your union XP. Obviously do events, events are crucial, they are usually pretty easy, you go to the challenge. You know, the challenge is gonna be usually something reasonably simple. Then once you're done, you just collect your rewards. Usually events will give you by far the best rewards, by far the most astrite, most materials and stuff, so always without any exception completely and fully do the events and dailies. These are the two most important things to do in this game. They matter a lot. Now let's quickly go through all the shops. Let's begin from here, go through here, here, and so on and so forth. So right here, this is a synthesizer. Here you can create your potions. For example, if you wanna create something like this, you're gonna need these. To create these, you go here, you need a few of these, you just create them, then you go back here, and you can create the potions. Pretty simple, right? You can also create materials. For example, if you need level 3 rings, but you only have level 2, you go here, you input your level 2 rings, you click synthesize, and you create level 3 rings. Pretty simple. Up here we have a crafting station. Here you can craft your weapons, but which kind of weapons do you gonna need? I don't know, because I don't know your characters, so Google it. Here we're gonna find a shop that sells groceries, so all kinds of this stuff, right? Pretty self-explanatory to make food. And just a little bit further down here, you're gonna find a cooker, you know, to create your foods. Foods give you all kinds of benefits. For example, this one will give you attack. Now moving here a little bit to the side, if we go down below here to this guy will sell all kinds of flowers. These are the flowers that you need to ascend your characters. You can find these in the wild, but if you are lazy, you can just buy them, which I usually am, and I do. If we go one level up top, here we're gonna find a gift store. In this gift store, you can actually spend these items right here. These, like I said, you can find in chests and so on. And here you can buy wishes, standard wishes. And obviously that's what you want to spend them on. But if you really need to, you can buy other stuff. You can buy like premium tuner, that's also a good option, but ideally just use them to buy standard wishes. That's gonna be the best way to spend them. Moving here a little bit to the side, we're gonna find this guy right here. This guy will give you plenty of rewards. Whenever you find these in the wild, all you have to do is just collect them, and once you collect enough, for example, once I have 12, I will receive these rewards. You see, all you have to do is just press deliver. As you can see, I already took quite a few previous rewards, so this is, you know, some pretty decent rewards right here. And the last shop will be right here. This is an exploration shop, so essentially you explore the game, you complete the maps, and you're gonna receive a lot of rewards, including a lot of good stuff like this. So for example, I completed one of these rewards, I got a loot mapper. When I press T, it shows up on the map if there's any chest around me, and as you can see, there is one, and now I can just go ahead and find it. And so yeah guys, this kind of covers, you know, the most of it, the most basics. I hope I helped you. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. If this was helpful, be sure to subscribe and like the video. Just always remember, do your dailies, do events, complete the main quest line, learn what kind of echoes do you need, and just explore your character to understand what kind of skills he has, what kind of combos he has. I also forgot to mention, if you go to the guidebook and you go here, you can also complete a few more challenges for some more rewards. And also, if you go to the guidebook and you go to this fourth option, you go to skill training, here you will find all the characters that you have. All you have to do is just click proceed, and the game will actually show you how to use your character combos. So even without any YouTube, you will be able to understand how to use your character a lot better than you did before. It will also give you a few rewards along the way. And so yeah, that's it guys. I hope you found this helpful. Like I said, if you did, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.